holding you like I hold Rob. Hand on the chest.
Well, we are engaged, so.
Wait, one other question. Is Tommy here?
Tommy Fuck off.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. We got a lot to rip through today.
We're going to do it fast, too.
Quick
Hour
episode.
Hour episode. Put the fucking time on the clock.
You
If
got-
this is over an hour episode, someone mail us anthrax.
Don't do that because it's going to be over an hour. We have never done an
Not
hour-long
counting the
podcast.
guests. Not counting the guests.
Yeah, our guest today is Chris Hansen. The Chris Hansen. No disrespect to Red Zone Chris Hansen, right? That's his name?
No, Scott.
Scott Hansen. Oh, I always thought they had the same name. So Chris Hansen, you know, the one. Why don't you have a seat, Chris Hansen? To Catch a Predator, Chris Hansen. Fucking silver fox, handsome Chris Hansen.
Yeah,
Chris
good-looking
Hansen.
fella. Good-looking
Absolutely.
fella.
You're not on TV for 30 years.
Tell you
without
what, I'm
looking
going
like
to
that.
Killington this weekend with a wild crew, and I feel like I might see him there. He looks like a guy who looks appressed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
big. It looked like he came right off the mountain.
He
to
looks
our-
like
to our
Dennis
studio.
Reynolds in the episode where they go to the ski mountain.
So he's on the show.
By the way,
which-
just to interrupt real quick, my crew this weekend at Killington is me, Cons, Vibs, Kelly Keegs, Chris Clemmer, and Chef Donnie, and Caroline. It's gonna be a fucking gang.
Yo. Could be a gang bang. Clemmer. Chef Donnie's a literal wild card who will like ski a double black diamond, and you might have to like hella lift him to the fucking airport. Knock on wood, you don't have to. Clemmer is a wild card. You don't know what. I don't know what Clemmer is like outside of these walls.
I don't
you
know either, but I do notice he giggles sometimes when I'm hosting the rundown. And I
You like that. You like that.
so Clemmer might be my favorite friend of all time.
Well, he's a Minahan enemy. So
Right.
any of you guys, Minahan, Kelly, and Clemmer in there means that anybody like taking pictures and having fun with him, you're gonna be a Minahan enemy right away.
Okay, I'm gonna take pictures with
Yeah.
people. I just wanted to take a picture with you. You're like, whoa, hang on a second.
Fucking.
I don't wanna get Kirk upset.
It's Patton Oswalt and Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna have to put out a statement to the Minifans saying, sorry.
You absolutely should do that.
That is going to be a wild one.
If you
for
want to take a
sure.
picture with me this weekend, you have to prove you listened to the case first.
By the way, I tried to go listen to the case. They dropped it at noon. That's so fucking stupid. Noon drops are so dumb. If you say it's going to be out that day, when I wake up, I want it to be out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The point of putting it out at noon, the idea of that is just so dumb. So now I didn't listen yet because I had the time to listen and I didn't fucking do it. You dummies. So that's a fucking, we might have a true crime case on our hands up there. Who knows what's gonna go on in that house?
It's gonna be weird.
It's gonna be fucking weird as shit.
I'm looking forward to leaving with some new friends. I'll say that.
or new enemies. I'm telling you,
friends.
Clemmer might murder everyone in that house. Who knows? Chris Hansen will be on the case. We'll send him up to some Killington house and he'll be like, hello, it's Chris Hansen on the scene. So we talk a lot of true crime stuff with him. We quickly kind of rattled through Casey Anthony and Scott Peterson and Adnan. And, we get his opinion on a lot of those, as well as just deep history of what that whole world of true crime and To Catch a Predator is like. So it's not like the funniest interview, but it is very interesting if you're into true crime and stuff.
Yeah, if you like true crime podcasts, we have one coming up in
And
about an
that's-
hour.
right.
In about 57 minutes.
57.50. So we got that interview. Of course, we'll do Am I the Asshole from our new card game. Who's the biggest asshole? We'll do questions
You can probably
straight.
still get it for 20% off.
Apparently, Black Friday runs through Christmas because times are tough. Apparently,
It's Pete's fault.
it's Pete's fault. We can't turn off the sale. AKA, we're also having our Christmas party in the fucking conference room this year. I'll tell you what,
When I saw that in the email, I was like, ooh.
bro. Let me tell you something else. I've done this. This is not my first rodeo. My first year at Deloitte, our Christmas party was at the Waldorf Astoria.
Yeah.
My second year was at the cafeteria.
I
And it
remember
was
texting you being
right
like,
after the fucking
feeling
collapse
familiar?
of America. It was right after that entire company.
hey, we
brought
can
down
laugh because we
America.
pay our bills.
Yeah.
I pay my goddamn
We
bills.
keep
dog.
our lights on, motherfucker.
keep a lot of people's.
Yeah, that's not a great sign. Our bestseller is our game though.
Yeah.
Which is funny because we did another terrible job at marketing it. We didn't really know it was going to be ready until the last second. We don't, it's a pre-sale. It's going to take a few weeks to ship, but nonetheless, we put this bad boy out there. This beautiful. No, it's not a bad boy. This is a beauty. This is beautiful. This is a girl. This is like she's a beaut.
Hourglass figure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm eating a cookie.
It's a fucking square.
I saw a girl wearing a jacket with those exact colors.
No, I was in front of this little hourglass.
No, I know, but
that's
fucking,
dressy.
Yeah, that's sexy.
Yeah.
So the game is out. It's the easiest game to play. It's, dare I say, better than Answer the Internet, and it's still 20% off. And probably will be for the foreseeable future. I think that these are just the prices now. So, yeah. If anybody's like, how's Barstool doing? One of the watershed moments of the internet, in my opinion. Greatest moments of all time. What?
I'm just making
Yeah. Let's add another 10 minutes onto it. One of the most important moments in internet history. Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, talking about Glenny Balls.
Yeah.
And it's great.
OnlyFans. I feel like this is Glenny Balls' show. Have you seen Glenny Balls?
I know who that is, but I have not seen the show.
Glenny Balls has an OnlyFans podcast where he brings girls from OnlyFans on his podcast, and he just talks to girls from OnlyFans.
That's cool.
And they always want to fuck him, and he never fucks any of them.
They always say they want to fuck him?
Go to Glenny Balls. God, I love this kid.
Yeah.
Hey, when Tom asks why they don't fuck.
He sits there and, like, eats.
Ice cream when you do the
They know
press release.
everything he does.
Yeah. So that's his show. Oh, Only Stands. That's his show. Only Stands show.
Yeah. And so he brings on OnlyFans.
These are all OnlyFans girls.
Yeah, and a lot of them are like, yo, I'll suck your dick, and Glenny Balls never does it.
Right here.
Why?
I think I don't know.
Bert was 50.
What's
First
his
of all,
name?
the very end
Rogers?
here, just the silence. Go back for the last 10 seconds. The camera just cuts back and forth.
And a lot
silence.
of them are like, yo, I'll
But-
suck your dick, and Glenny Balls never does it.
Why?
I think I don't
He's
know. It's him and Aaron Rodgers.
and then Tom goes, okay.
What if we did an OnlyFans
It's
podcast?
just perfect.
An OnlyFans.
The two of them. Bert was about to call him a virgin, right?
Oh.
I was thinking.
You think?
I mean,
So-
it sounded more of like an
it's
R, than
right?
anything.
So,
Glenny's
that's
also like Glenny's not questionably R.
so Glenny thinks
Glenny's
is
noticeably normal.
Is Glenny here? Do we know Glenny's here? Glenny's just fat. It's not retarded or anything. So that's where that is where I think we're kind of like the internet thinks and Glenny thinks. Let's see.
What's funny though is like Bert's only met Glenny doing Sunday Conversation.
Are you in the office? Are you in the office? Yeah. Come on by. You busy? Okay. He thinks it's Virgin, and then a bunch of people on the internet. But then this right now is the first time I ever heard the "ruh."
Yeah.
When I first
I
heard
mean, it's
it,
a pretty clear R.
when I first heard it, I thought he said like "vuh," like I think he's a and then stopped himself.
It can't be that though, because again,
Aaron
like Bert's
Rodgers.
met Glenny,
Yeah.
and to be clear, it's not like a
I love the
Like you meet Glenny and you're like, that's a person.
the end.
Everyone's a person. You know what I mean? But like,
Bert going like this, and Tom just goes, "Okay." Which mic should we put him on? Glenard! Pop a seat. We're talking about one of the greatest moments in internet history. Tom and Bert from Two Bears, One Cave bringing up Glenny and Only Stands and Sunday Conversation. Do you think that Bert was about to call you a virgin or a retard?
At first glance, I thought virgin.
Me too, but then
Everyone was saying the other one.
I heard this is the first time I heard
which is
ruh.
tough.
But it's not like
I've met him before.
I
That's what we
literally
said.
just said, I was like, Glenny's met Bert. Glenny's clearly not, and like Glenny's,
but-
which was tough.
Glenny's clearly normal.
It was tough. It was tough to see. I could see virgin. The other one was. It was tough because I met him before.
I thought I didn't think anything of it. I thought he at first was just like confused. Then you said he's calling me a virgin, right? And then I saw a couple tweets saying Bert was about to call him a virgin. Just this right now, playing it this time, this is almost like the Barbie thing from yesterday. I'm hearing different things. This time it sounded like he said, I think he's a, I don't know. Did you hear that, though?
No, I did. You hear the R. I've heard it enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, you don't have to fucking play it, guys. Like, dude, how fucking
he's a
awesome is it, though?
retard.
Having, like, Segura.
Why do you call me?
I mean, it's a great moment.
I could kind of see people watching Sunday Conversation be like, oh, that guy's
Special or something.
I could see it, but I've met him.
But you don't. You're. I could see if someone was like, "Oh, the big dummy," like, "Oh, he doesn't talk. He just eats ice cream and he's got weird
Talk
nipples."
a little bit now.
You do.
the
You pipe in,
record.
and I think it's actually always you actually jump in like the
I know when to
perfect amount.
jump in. I've done it once or twice.
But I would never be. I don't think anyone will come out of there being like, "Oh, Glenny Balls, the most fucking." Articulate orator of our time if they were to watch Sunday Night Conversation, but they wouldn't be like, look at the retarded guy.
You know what? Moral of the story, though, it was a cool clip, and I think we could all agree that I'm not that word.
Dude,
And
You're
I'm
neither.
also not
Oh,
the
sorry.
either, so we
You're
can laugh
neither.
about it. We can laugh about it.
Can,
It's funny.
Can we talk about your neck? Have we ever told that story on the podcast?
That's a fake story, but yeah,
It's not. I mean, it's like if anybody who thinks that Glenny Balls is a virgin, one time he ate pussy so hard he hurt his neck. He woke up the next morning with a sore neck from eating pussy
It was
so
a
hard.
bunk bed, dude.
Is it?
It was a bunk bed.
It was a bunk bed
yeah.
in Nashville.
Hell yeah, and it was all you probably had to fucking get in there, and all of a sudden you're like, oh.
I'm not built for a bunk bed. Me and bunk bed don't go together.
Put that on the tombstone.
I'm not built for.
I am not built for a bunk bed.
Either way, it was a cool clip. So thank you, Bert and Tom, for mentioning it. But we could all laugh.
Were you at the top bunk or the bottom bunk?
Bottom bunk. We could all. I'll fall off from my top bunk.
You
Well, I was gonna say which
feet up.
one's worse though.
If
You
you go
know?
feet up, or you go foot on the floor. Like when your feet up.
Yeah, were you like totally in it, like in the little cocoon?
No, I was in the cocoon.
So you're
Oh,
like,
so you were
so
full
your
up.
your
Yeah,
like knees
like
are
Scorpion.
Like
your knees are
like
on
legs,
the-
like knee to foot is against the wall of the bunk bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legs
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like a sniper stance, kind of.
on, bro, like a sniper stance.
Yeah, my guy's in the prone.
Dude, if you have your legs up and you're oh my god, you must have been a calamity.
It
after
was
that.
tough because it was on Barstool vs America.
Yeah.
So they gave us one of the Airbnbs, and I just had the room with. I was like, I'll be fucked up. I'll come and sleep in the two bunk beds. I don't care.
Yeah.
And
Not
so,
thinking you had
yeah.
a bunch of puss to eat.
Yeah.
Full plate of
Fucking,
puss.
fucking 4-course meal. You know?
What are you gonna do?
How long do you think you were down there for?
I don't remember.
She didn't give you the tap.
This is. I mean, me and my friends talk about this a lot because, once again, I'm a fan of it.
Of eating
you,
pussy?
You can never pinpoint an actual time.
No,
unless
yeah,
you
yeah.
set timers.
No, but so like one time I was sucking this girl's tits, and like during foreplay, and I pinpointed. I couldn't tell you the amount of time, but I knew I was doing it for too long.
If you do it for 10 seconds,
that's
Yeah,
what I mean.
that's a quick in and out.
That's what I mean. It was like it wasn't minutes. But it
girls
was
right
like,
now are like kicking the dashboard. Like, no, suck my titties on.
Is that supposed to be a longer thing?
Dude, if
No,
titties,
that's
if
what I
titties
mean.
came, I'd suck them more. Like, I don't know when I got the job done.
It was like I went from one,
He's like, I don't know
I
what a
went to
mouthful
the
of cum.
other, and then I kind of came back, and in my head I was like, I shouldn't have done that. That was too long. That was too long. But eating pussy is something that can go on for like years. It can go on forever.
Years. I mean, it's also fun. It's sick. It's exhilarating.
So you get sick.
It's
Just, you're just looking
exhilarating.
at three boys
They're
love
like
to eat fucking pussy.
eating
Pussy.
pussy.
Sick.
I gotta say, it's a great feeling when you get like the tap up. Like I'm good. That's a
Well,
good
but is it
feeling.
a tap up like?
No,
like,
I think it's
stop.
Sorry,
too
I
much,
would
or
say
like
the leg lock is the best feeling.
Yeah.
Leg lock's the best feeling. You know the leg lock.
Because you know you can't control that. Like,
Yeah, leg lock's great. Like, oh,
Crack it
we're
like a
good.
watermelon.
Thumbs up. I'll take it. But
Either way, great moment.
great moment.
I mean that they are like the
Dude,
pinnacle,
Tom,
man.
like being like, oh yeah, I
He
know
brought up
Glenny.
your other. He's like, oh, you're also the guy with Caleb. Like, that's crazy. For those guys to know your stuff. I don't care if they think. I don't care if they think you're an incel or a handicap. They know you.
That's. I've met Bert.
Yeah.
I've met him twice.
Yeah, of course they
But
know
either
me
way,
because they know me.
It was awesome. I love Bert. He invited me on his podcast. I'm excited. To do
I know that'd be great.
Really, that's sick.
If-
On the
if- if-
Birdcast?
if Glenny Balls on Birdcast would be excellent.
Is that we just chill and talk?
Yeah, it's like his one man show, right?
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah,
I
that
just
would be so
like
cool.
to chill and talk.
Yeah, man.
I
That's
like
what
to chill
Glenny
and
does.
riff.
Do you think? First of all, have you never fucked any of these girls?
No.
Do you think you'll ever fuck one of them? I don't see what the reason why you don't like. If you like one,
But
and she likes you.
their caveat is it has to be on.
So the
OnlyFans,
caveat
right?
is it has to be on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I told my mom I will
Okay.
never make a sex tape.
That's fair. I didn't know. So if any of these girls ever offered you privately, would you fuck them?
If it was my main thing I've also said is I would never do it like the day we record. But let's say I'm in LA and one of them is like, oh, like let's go out, let's get drinks, then whatever
Yeah.
happens. I think that's fair.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Totally.
day you record, I think that's that's bad.
unprofessional.
You're separation of church and state. You're a businessman.
Yeah.
100%. But also, I think that.
But like,
fucking-
okay.
What if
Let's say,
they-
what if Sky Bree asks you to fuck off camera the day of the podcast? You're saying no.
Yeah, like cats on the table, bro.
If she says, room 112, come up and see me. You're gonna be like, no, I'm too professional. Leonard.
If Sky, Sky Bree. It's different. That's
Case by case basis.
Can I tell you the closest I've ever come to doing it?
Yeah.
It was with one. I'm not going to say who it was, but we went out for drinks afterwards. Just me and her. And then she was like, "I'll come back to the room. Let's get food." I went to her hotel room,
You are a strong man, Glenny.
and I was like, "Here's what I'm going to do," because I don't want to overstep a boundary by any means. We were drinking. Here's what I'm going to do. I said, "Oh, I just called my Uber. It's 10 minutes away." And which I didn't actually do, but I was going to say if she says stay, and then I'll stay. If not, I'll leave. And I just said, "Okay, have a nice night."
That is a
Which I think is a
that
fair
is a
move.
good move.
It's a pretty
But
nice move.
I
I
think
like that.
but I think she invited you past the boundary.
Yeah, I think
Inviting someone to your hotel room.
There's
is an
literally
invitation.
nothing to do in a hotel room but fuck.
There's a strong chance that girl.
Well, no, it was more.
like,
It was
wants
more
to
that
kill herself right now.
It was more that
like,
she wanted.
Glenny walked out and she went, "Did Glenny Balls just turn me down for sex? Like what the fuck?"
No, we were getting food and then we went up and ate in her room. And
But
then I was
she
like,
said,
okay.
"Come up to my room and eat."
Yeah.
How come you didn't go up and eat, bro?
Moral of the story is I'm not gonna. I've also said it on the podcast 1,000 times. If you're just offering me sex, I'm not interested.
You let the chase.
That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Me and my friends say that all the time. If I'm like talking to a girl at a bar and I'm like, "Hey, you want to come back to my room?" and she says yes, I'm like,
See ya.
"That's good enough for me."
Oh, that's good.
like obviously, if I'm drunk, I'll do it. Obviously.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like, as long as you said yes, and I got to put that in the
you
notepad.
showed interest in me.
Yeah.
That's all I
what
need.
You get off on.
That's
Yeah.
all I need.
That is fair. I also will say, I don't know if I would like to be turned into this fucking dog and pony show. These girls come in here and they poke and prod me and they want to fuck me and then it's like a thing for the internet.
What if you did a thing where you, we kind of have a question like this in ATI. What if you'd have to fuck either the night before or 2 nights before, obviously not day of,
Ooh, and then
and then they review your.
they talk
your,
about
Oh,
your
I wouldn't
sex.
want that.
Yeah,
It would be so.
I wouldn't want that
you know
either.
What? I mean, I wouldn't want it. I think I would want.
I think you can make it fun.
I think it would be great. I think because you know what? Any girl that does that and is in the sex worker game and all this shit would be cool about it.
They're also so good at it too. It's
But that's why it would be funny. I think it would be like they would be laughing at you, but they'd also throw you some compliments. They'd be like, "Yo, Glenny Balls eats box like it's a fucking
Like, that would be
all you
nice.
can eat
Yeah,
buffet."
yeah.
That would
but
be
then they would
cool.
be like, and then like he almost like his eyes rolled out of his fucking head when I deep throated him, and it was funny. Like they would they would balance it out.
It will be fun. But once again, like you have to realize, like I don't think Bert and Tom realize everything. This is always on camera.
Yeah,
it's
right,
not. It's
right,
not an
right,
on-camera
right.
offer.
Right.
If it's an off-camera offer, obviously we could talk.
Yeah. What about if you were the stunt dick?
Nah,
You want your face in it?
I just don't want to. I don't need to do anything with the camera.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
I
having a
wouldn't.
camera.
My issue with that would be I don't want to hold the camera.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
If I'm fucking.
All right, GoPro strapped on the
That's
head.
okay. Once again,
Thoughts?
that's you, Sky Bree. If I'm fucking Sky Bree, I don't want to worry about getting an angle. Correctly.
Yeah,
I want to
right.
enjoy it. You know, it's,
I get that.
I want to go on the record. I will fuck Sky Bree holding anything and doing anything, any angles, whatever you want, man.
The offer's on the table, Sky. but I don't know. It just like I love women. They're awesome, but I don't have a.
Fucking eating pussy, awesome. Women, awesome. Bunk beds, no.
I love them, but I just don't need to.
Glenny
I don't know.
Balls.
I don't need to fucking do the OnlyFans thing. I'm fine
Sex
with
haver, fully functioning brain, Glenny Balls.
it. Fully functioning brain. But once again, awesome clip. So if you guys happen to see this clip, thank you guys so much. But I think we could all agree it's funny that I was called either one of those things. Because if you're not actually one, you can laugh about it.
Yeah.
Laugh about it.
Dude, the end is my favorite too. They both sit there kind of quietly, and they just look at the screen, and Bert goes like this, sideways, back and forth, and Tom just goes, "Yeah." So you're
pretty awesome.
living this dream, dude. You're living the dream.
Think?
Yes, I think.
It's fun.
Goddamn right, it's fun.
I
Live
s-
it up.
I
Do it while you
scream and- I
can.
scream and I agree. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
I'm always like, hey, when I'm traveling, should I take it? Should I get fucked up on a Tuesday night? And I'm like, am I gonna be doing this
There
forever?
will come a
Probably
day where
not.
you got to settle down. You got to have a wife and kids. You can't be doing this kind of shit.
I agree. That's 100%.
I would be doing this now if I
You
had
think if
kids.
I was married, I would have driven to Connecticut last week to go to Nickelback on a Sunday night? No.
No.
But whatever.
That's it.
How
Seize the
great
day.
are they? They're fucking awesome, eh?
He can't even say they. He can say we. How great were we?
Yeah.
Talk about OnlyFans. I'd talk about Fuck OnlyFans. Talk about Nickelback. That's some
Nickelback.
real shit.
Yeah.
That's some real
Would
shit.
you rather fuck Sky Bree or be like a part of Nickelback all the time they perform?
I could truly say this. I think this is going to be taken the wrong way. Sky Bree or that experience, I'm taking Nickelback.
Oh, that's not. I was gonna take the wrong way.
I
I
think
think that
I
was
wholeheartedly
that was
agree with
That's
that.
like
was
a once in a
it
life.
was
I mean,
truly like-
fucking Sky Bree's probably a once in a lifetime thing too. But that's having sex is not a once in a lifetime thing. Doing that with Nickelback,
Well-
only like there's probably only been like 2 fans that have ever been called up on stage and done that, and the other one was probably like a charity thing.
Yeah.
Probably a
Which
real.
also might have been a charity thing. But also like friggin'
Imagine if Nickelback thought that Glenny was retarded too.
I was concerned that Kroger thought I was a Make-A-Wish kid. I was very concerned.
The light bulb just went off. I just
I was
maybe Glenny Balls was the
trust me, I was so happy because when Kroger walked in on Sunday night in the green room before the show, he walked right up to me and he was like, "Forgive me, I didn't know who you were. I told my girlfriend that we're bringing you up, and she got so excited." I was like, "Okay,
Really?
at least he doesn't think I'm a Make-A-Wish kid. At least like his girlford knows who I am, so like
So she explained
So I
it.
have like an ounce of respect, for him.
He's like,
and he doesn't think I'm a
Glenny, how'd
Make-A-Wish
you
kid.
get here? I drove you. Drive.
they let you guys do that now, huh? They let that happen.
I'm happy about that. But I mean, being up there a little fucked up, and halfway through the song, just turning to your left and being like, "Holy fuck,
Like,
that's
holy
holy Chad Kroger right
Holy
there."
shit,
It was
dude.
crazy. That was well worth any better than any sexual experience you could have.
I can absolutely understand that, and I would venture to guess I'd agree.
Keep doing it, man. Keep living the dream. Let's go, Mets.
Also, not either of those things. I want to tell you about that other reason too.
Okay.
Off camera.
Yeah. As soon as we're done, I will come find you.
Deuces, fellas.
Later, Glenny. Thank you, brother.
Oh, let's get right to it. We will do we'll do a little 1 Minute Man edition. I got a bunch of topics for today, and then we'll do asshole, and then we'll do voicemails. So bam, there's your 55 minutes left.
55-13.
1 Minute Man KFC Radio edition. We begin with the breaking news that nobody saw coming. The Liver King is on steroids.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're surprised. I know you can't believe it. The Liver King, they found
Dude, that dude's whole
emails.
body was as vascular as a penis. No shit. He was on the
He looked like he was about to explode at any moment. He looked like he was about to
If you
burst.
if you hit him with a Capri Sun straw, it was going everywhere.
You got to do the angle, and it would explode.
That
man.
dude's door frames were all fucking curved. 'Cause if he bumped into one, it was a problem.
So the guy who runs.
Also, I've taken 2 of the steroids.
I noticed that. So because when I was
the
reading
guy
through-
was also putting in work.
when I first the story is that they found emails. There's this guy Derek who runs an account that is for the bodybuilding world that is it real or is it fake? And is it natural or what do they call it? Natty or there's like a rhyme that's like natty or fatty or something like that, but it means steroids, whatever.
Zanny or nanny.
We'll get to that. So this guy was sent an email from like another person in the bodybuilding community being like, here's an email I have from the Liver King before he blew up saying, I need like this HGH and here's what I'm doing.
I'll tell you what though, my guy did call his shot.
He did.
I was never in the Liver King. I don't find anyone under 5'6" entertaining. And that's why I got on JoJo Siwa. I'm just kidding. She's huge. She's like taller than me. She's like 6'2". But the
He
called his shot.
He said, I have a goal of 1 million followers by March 2022. I think he
fucking
blew through it.
crushed that.
But also, all the more reason that like he's a snake oil salesman. Not only was he doing the steroids, he was like, I'm gonna play all these people and have 1 million followers. So you're smart in that sense, but it's like, man, you were
Tough
really
day for Billy football.
tough, Mr. Mr. Health. So
Mister, I'm gonna show up in Times Square to do
I'm
push-ups
gonna
with the Liver
hunt
King.
you down, chasing you around like girls chasing the Beatles.
It'd be weird to be so
crying
obsessed
to-
with someone like that.
Nobody would ever do that.
Yeah,
Nobody would ever hunt around New York City looking for their hero.
That'd be crazy, dude.
So crazy. But when I first saw that he was on HGH, my take on HGH, I'm kind of like, I think we should all be on it. And then I read down the list, and the only reason I knew Winstrol and Omeprazole or whatever was because of your boy Feidelberg.
And Deca.
And Deca, that's all you did. Okay. This all comes out to $12,000 per month of juice.
Yeah, mine was Russian. Mine was on the cheap.
But I mean, you used to talk about how when you did like one cycle, you felt like a superhero.
Dude,
Imagine.
I'm not doing it.
One day.
One day.
Yeah.
One day. I did fucking Winstrol. I mean, I did Winstrol for a full cycle, but when I did Winstrol for a day,
Banging out push-ups, pull-ups, right?
pull-ups. I can't do a pull-up. I could never do
Right.
a pull-up. I can't do a pull-up now. When I was on the fucking Winnie, your boy was ripping Zdeno Chara level pull-ups, like just ripping 38. Like
That's crazy. And so, I mean, imagine like
I'd get down.
you know,
I would molest myself all the time.
rubbing your
I would
tits?
Just feel myself. I'm like, oh my god, I am made of iron. This is crazy.
So I mean,
Steroids are dope.
So
Steroids are
so
dope.
that guy got an email from a dude being like, check this out, and then that guy who runs the account just searched his own email for like similar shit and found out that he got an email too.
No way.
Because it was before he was anybody. So like this guy, you know, that dude runs his own account that has like 1.5 million subscribers. So he was like, you know, emails get lost. He probably searched out this exact Liver King thing and was like, I have my own evidence.
Bro, imagine you've been eating raw liver for 2 years.
It all just blows up.
'cause
Oh, if you believed it?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. You know, if you were a follower.
Anybody who did this is one of the most colossal, gaping assholes on the planet. You are belladonna with a bat level asshole.
I feel like gaping's better. You're a closed asshole.
Yeah. Dude, that is you know, like Alex Tate or Andrew Tate, you believe in him, like you're a fucking
You believe in anybody.
you-
I
yeah,
hope
yeah,
none of
but-
our followers
but-
believe in us.
But that's the thing. It really is like you know, you believe in Jesus, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
You believe in
Look, I'm entertained by that person. That's fine.
what do you believe?
Don't believe in me.
What do you believe in?
What do I believe in?
Yeah, what do you believe in?
Taylor Swift.
I was gonna say Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift. Vin Diesel.
All-time backfire. Wish you didn't ask that
Do,
question.
do you believe in Vin Diesel?
Do I believe in Vin? I'm entertained by Vin.
Do you believe in Dominic Toretto?
I believe in Dom.
I don't know. What do I believe in? What do I believe in? I believe
in
definitely
David
don't believe in
Pastrnak.
myself.
I believe in Tom Brady. By the way, you see Tom Brady might come back.
To the Patriots?
I mean, it's
Like
it's
legitimate,
it's a rumor via the Athletic that like next year he's a free agent.
He'll come back. Okay.
It is acknowledged as like a long shot, but it's like it is not out of the question.
He'll at the very least will do one of those like 10-day contract things.
Oh yeah. I'm
So, like-
that doesn't count for shit.
But
I mean,
even like I
play.
think he'll do like a Brett Favre year and it'll be all right. Like I don't know, he might come back next year and be good. But
The
like,
Patriots are
but
Super Bowl frontrunners if Tom Brady's on the team this year. That's just a fact.
He
That's just a fact.
He definitely will play a season again, whether it's next year and it's like competitive or it's like 5 years from now and it's just like let's do a fucking lap, you know?
Yeah. Sorry
He's on
about that. I
steroids
just had to
too,
bring it
so I mean he's probably
Probably.
doing more than what Liver King is doing. The problem, I don't have a problem. Like I think The Rock is on juice, Joe Rogan's on supplements, all these guys who you know of, but they don't. They talk about how much they work out and shit, but they don't preach like their regiment as like a lifestyle. That's why this guy's a fucking asshole. And he released a statement to Rolling Stone, he said like,
What an outlet to pick.
I know, strange, right?
I recently watched Almost Famous for the first time, so I respect that.
It's a journalistic place.
Yeah, they loved Sarnev, so
They they did.
dude, like one of the hottest covers.
They
of
put
all
him like
time.
they like glorified the fuck out of
It's
that
like
kid.
John Mayer on the cover of Rolling Stone.
That was wild.
That's the guy who blew up the marathon.
That was one of the crazier decisions I've ever seen. But he said like he didn't have any statement about the emails. But he just said, I'm actually grateful for this turn of events because I'm here to prevent suicide and young insecure men, and this is just drawing light to that. Like fuck you for using that.
I've never heard.
That's apparently
Dude,
his platform, and you play that card once you've been outed as a fucking lying scumbag. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because for everybody, any kid or young guy who was who died,
I'm gonna tell
whatever.
everything this right now. I'm gonna kill myself because you weren't real.
You know what? For every one suicide prevented by the Liver King, I'm gonna fucking kill myself to try to even it out. I will say this on the record, and I will say it with my chest.
Also, if Liver King prevented your suicide, kill yourself. Oh, you're gonna say
That was what I was gonna say. If that's
you
what
were
it
living
took,
for the Liver King,
if that's
kill
what,
yourself.
if you were like
It
gun
is
to head,
fine,
and then
dude.
you're scrolling, and it was like you need to eat liver, and you're like ancestral living.
Yeah.
I am about that. Just pull the trigger anyway. Bro.
I do respect how committed he was to ancestral living by refusing to grow past 5'3".
Just like your cavemen before you, tiny little gnome.
I'm about this life.
You know what I will say? It is impressive to be committed to eating disgusting liver and testicles and lungs, knowing that it's just the fucking winstrol. You know, you could be eating fucking Big Macs for all you want.
I have a pretty solid feeling that was only on camera.
But that's what But even
But
doing
even
that,
then,
like
yeah.
he was housing some of that
he
shit.
did a lowering the bar episode once a week.
Yeah, I mean, but didn't flinch doing it, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, congrats, like, all-time scam artist, you know,
Oh, yeah.
Mail-Time Hall of Fame up there with all the other guys, all the other, you know, people who have been hustling on the internet, but also an all-time, like, you can't be the liver king and get caught with steroids. You can't.
But also, you can't be someone who didn't think he was on steroids.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's,
It's like, you know, it's like the same thing with athletes, too. It's like, we know.
Right.
You know, we fucking know.
I can't believe Barry Bonds is
Yeah.
OPS is fucking
20 million.
10,000 at 44. What the hell's going on?
It's like Brady Anderson at 52 home runs. Holy shit. So fuck off to the Liver King, you scumbag. This podcast is brought to you by Hey Dude Shoes. I got a couple different pairs right here. We got the black and gray / white with the Oreo on the inside. You got a little brown to make it like a camouflage type look. Love these ones. The red, the yellow, blue, and green, like tropical on the inside, give it some nice hits, along with just like a simple gray knit top. Slide them on. It's got the elastic bungee cord that you can just kind of pull tight if you want. Also can loosen it up. You don't have to worry about tying your shoes again. You can slide them on. You can slide them off. They got the pretty like staple low key look with like the wallaby on the top. The loafer type look. So these are kind of for every different occasion. You got the speckle bottoms here for both of these with the white rubber. Super light. I'm talking like these things must weigh like
They're shocking.
4 ounces max. You can kind of fold them up. They bounce right back. You can wear them, I'm sure, around water, wear them out in the city, kick your feet up in the summertime, whichever you want to wear. They will have your feet in chill mode. They make some of the comfiest, lightest, and coziest shoes out there. They're easy to put on and look good with just about anything. They've even got the faux fur lining if you want to wear them during the winter months, and if you want to get them for the holiday season. So use code Barstool for 15% off at HeyDude.com. Grab a pair for yourself or as a gift to the special guys and gals in your life this holiday season. That's HeyDude.com. Hey Dude, good to go to. Also, scumbag, Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo. 2 things. First off, he's getting $200 million a year from Saudi Arabia. He's going to the Saudi Arabian League. Al Nasser is the team he's going to.
Shut the
$200 million a year.
Dude,
I've seen reports.
What's Miami paying Messi? Fucking
yeah,
lap dance at 11?
I don't know the number, but I did see. I didn't know that Messi was selling out and going to America, and he's selling out and going to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what you
Miami's
do.
got to be. I mean, they've got to be paying him like $100 million.
No, they're going to pay him cash, but like...
I bet you.
But, like,
I don't
they
think it's
don't have
$200 million.
$200
I don't think it's
a
200,
year, bro.
Because that's not blood money. That's Miami money. You know.
Close, though.
I've
I
also
don't
seen
think the figures have been released.
they I don't know if it's because some people, it's released in euros and pounds according to articles you're reading, but I've seen things ranging from 517 total to 770 total, and it's for 30 months. It's not
What
even
the
like
fuck
the contract is so short. It's being measured in months. It's like a 2.5 year deal. So they just call it 30 months. It's something like $5 million a week. It's like $20 million a month.
Wait,
it
so
is
what did he
banana
do that's
numbers.
wrong so far?
Nothing. with
Nothing,
that.
okay,
Nothing.
okay.
I mean,
You said fuck Ronaldo.
same old thing. Oh, I just, what I hate is, have you seen how he tried to steal this goal from his teammate?
No, it's
So, Portugal, they had a goal yesterday from Bruno. Bruno kicked a free kick, and Ronaldo just fucking straight up misses it, trying to hit a header, and is claiming that he got like a hair on it. And then when they put up on the jumbotron like goal Bruno, he was like, fuck. And then then all of a sudden the Portugal Federation appealed to FIFA to get the goal to be officially like Ronaldo's.
Really?
How fucking lame is that?
Dude, this is so perfect because one of the things I saw last night when you're 19-3, Boston Bruins undefeated at home, 13-0, first team in NHL history to ever do that. When they won They're also 19-0 in their last 19 home games, but whatever. But 13-0 last 13-0 to start.
Some would say they're a problem.
Some would say they are a problem. When Marchand scored an empty netter to make it 3-1 last night, he immediately apologized to Bergeron.
Being like that was.
He's trying to get it over to you.
Yeah.
But there was a
That's
defense.
a
I mean,
fucking
Marchand
team,
made
man.
the right play where
Yeah.
he's like, "See, my bad. I was trying to get it over to you, but like,
Yep.
he was cutting off that angle." So
Well, this is the opposite of that. He's like all thumbs up, and then he's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck is that?" And he's like, "Yeah," and then he sees that it's not his, and he's like, "Oh fuck, come on."
What the
And then
fuck?
right here is where he goes, "What? What the fuck is that?" That was, and he's looking up at the jumbotron there.
Can I see the goal? Did he blatantly missed it?
It's super close, but like I don't see the ball change trajectory at all. This is gonna be this grainy is not gonna be.
This one, yeah.
That's not it. That's not it because it's a free kick. I'll find it. That's the messy hand goal. I mean,
See, you know what they did? They don't. I can't tell from here either, obviously.
but it's like past him.
Yeah, it looks like.
And that's just such a dick move. And like some people are pointing to that, being like, "Look at him celebrating with his team," but it's like that's because in the moment he thinks it's his goal.
Yeah. You know what? Also, I noticed when he scored his first goal, when he scored his PK in their first game, he did his Ronaldo thing, and the team was not like that quick to jump on him.
No, I mean, he's a scumbag. This is I also don't know if these are like
he's the
photoshopped or
perfect
whatever.
prima donna.
This looks like the hair is touching, you know.
Oh yeah.
No. The videos I saw that were like zoomed in are obviously like people filming like with their phones.
Here we go.
Yeah, I mean,
There's like no
definitely
change.
doesn't really seem to
There's
be
no
changed.
change in like the spin of it. There's no like. There's none of that. But people are doing like this, so they're zooming in like one. They put like one strand of hair touching it. But there's also other video of okay. Here's kind of a. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
just
surely,
doesn't touch.
it surely
you know.
If
But regardless, it's like, dude, what he probably has like 30 fucking goals in the World Cup alone,
But
right?
you know what? I was surprised to learn the other day that actually, you know what? I actually might be taking all this back. Pals, can you Google this for me? I believe I saw when he scored his PK. I saw that he became tied for
With
most
Messi, right?
goals.
With, like,
No, for Portugal. For
Oh.
most goals in Portuguese World Cup history.
And so he wants it.
I could see
Yeah.
I could see wanting that.
Sure.
You want the it's I probably wouldn't make a scene. I'd probably be
Yeah.
behind closed doors, but hey, I fucking hit that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, maybe you get me
'cause
that.
it-
But you
it,
know
like-
what? Do you want it that way? Do you want the Portugal Federation? I think they ended up. I think they did give it.
No, for just Portugal. Google like Portugal all time goals.
I
World
think
Cup
they
goals.
turned it over, like the FIFA ruling, because they just fucking said here's a check,
Yeah,
change
yeah,
the
yeah.
rule, change the ruling. So like, even if you want it, like, is that the way you wanna get it? Like, 118.
118, but I think
World Cup.
I think it was
Yeah.
World Cup. I don't know. I could be wrong. I thought I was surprised because I thought the
He would
stats
be,
would
like,
be something
far
like
and
that
away.
where it would be double kind
Yeah.
of deal. Yeah. Is that it? I don't know. Whatever. But
yeah.
the point is, I
if that goal like really
if
means
that- if
something,
that
and
puts
that's
you
your-
ahead,
but
like-
also it's like you're gonna probably score again this fucking
maybe right.
There's another video of him from like years back that I saw where him
Yeah, so
like
9. So he needs one more.
so
this
he's
guy's
probably
got
just
9.
trying to hustle to get to that
Yeah.
that level. But I wouldn't want it. I'd want it to be like real goals. There was
also-
another
but
video
that
of him
also- that
where
shit happens
He's
a
running.
lot
He's
when
running
not-
with his teammate. This is another game, and like his teammate like slides and kicks it in, and then like it hits the net and bounces back, and then he fucking kicks it. He's like fucking because he didn't get the ball.
Really?
It's I mean, it's like I don't know how to find that one, but it's like it was really goddamn obnoxious.
I will say the and this is because I'm at completely different levels, but I think it does happen throughout all levels. Is like I remember like hockey, that was a thing in the locker room. We're like I know like we'd all be laughing about it and joking. It's like no fuck you
That was
I
my
had that
goal.
assist.
Yeah,
change
yeah.
on the score sheet. Change on the score sheet.
Yeah.
Or like add me as the second assist. Add me as the second assist.
Yeah,
I fucking
yeah,
got
yeah,
it to
yeah.
him, and like it was more fun than it was like combative.
Right.
But it was definitely a thing that was brought up a lot.
People are showing the video of the video where the guy is trying to push the pickup truck but he's standing on top of the bed.
Oh yeah,
And they're like, this is Ronaldo's contribution to the to that goal. Let me just see if I can find the real quick. So,
but he is like, shout out Ronaldo because Ronaldo's exactly who he's supposed to be.
he is
He is exactly like the person he's supposed to be, and I respect people who are
perfect
perfectly
hair,
themselves.
chiseled jaw,
Yeah.
tan. You know what? It's very Messi. Ronaldo is very Jeter A-Rod. I feel like.
I can see that.
Like the prima donna versus I don't think Messi comes across as prima donna at all.
No,
I
not
wouldn't know
that I'm aware.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
more
also
like
was in comparison to Ronaldo. There is no comparison. So maybe he is to an extent. I don't know Messi that well. I don't follow.
You don't think
the Spanish league?
Messi compares to Ronaldo?
No, I don't. I mean, in his prima donna.
Right.
Not
Yeah,
soccer
yeah.
style.
But yeah, he is just a motherfucker. And it's like, that's also how you become CR7 with 500 million followers. You have to be like, I want that
So you
goal.
get $200 million from Saudi Arabia.
Big money. Oh, you thought the live golfers took too much blood money?
Yeah, bro.
Your shit
Bro,
is
I would take a $200 million check
money.
from Muhammad Atta, no problem.
Dude, I almost had some outtakes doing 1 Minute Man. I said, I'll take it from any country or any moon. I said, I'll take it from the moon. I almost listed some people that I would take the money from that I was like, I'm going to get canceled for doing this.
Fucking cut the check. Come back from the grave, cut the check. Your boy's in. Your boy's been looking to play. It's a cool ass flag. I'll say that.
Would you take the money from Casey Anthony? Yeah. Casey Anthony doc is out on Peacock.
Take the fucking pussy.
It is. We joke a lot about Casey Anthony. She is a garbage human, an absolute despicable excuse
Just
for a
my
human.
type.
And this documentary is such a bag of shit.
What did you just call it?
A documentary.
Yeah, okay. I thought so.
Yeah. A couple things. She's undeniably sexy.
Yeah.
I get lost in her green eyes. She's kind of got a fat ass. She's still in good shape for probably like 40 or whatever she is. Those things, can't deny it. Also, she murdered her baby. And she's a fucking pathological liar. And the first episode is just her dumb, fat friend who is clearly just like Florida trailer park trash, who's like, I don't think she did it. She goes, that's not the Casey I know. She goes, she never told me. She never told me she did it. Until she said she did it.
I
don't
tell
think
my
she
friends
did
about my
it.
murders.
She goes, until
Boy,
she
last
says
night
to
got
me,
wild. I was
did
all
it.
oiled up, fucking murdered a baby.
She goes, until she says to me that she did it, I do not believe it. She was the
But I get that. I would be the same way about my friend.
She also said she was your typical mom. Now, no matter what you might think about the murderer,
Your typical mom wants to kill his baby.
all right, you're turning me. You're turning me.
I know a few moms. Typical moms want to kill their baby.
There is the first hour or the first like 40 minutes of the first episode is like that same fat friend says, they go, what do you think happened? And she goes, I think there was some sort of accident, and then Casey did what she always does. She lies. Casey has been lying about everything her whole life. And I was like, well, I don't think I'm going to believe anything this girl has to say then. I don't know if I'm going to watch 4 more hours of this.
And maybe it's just because she's just so pretty. I'm going to keep defending Casey here. Who amongst us hasn't found themselves in a precarious situation and been like, fuck, I didn't really do anything wrong here, but I am going to get in some serious trouble about this. And then you just try and spin something.
Well, what I will say I
and
can relate
work around
to
it.
is every one of her lies.
So I'm saying like if the baby accidentally died.
Sure.
She's like,
like the drowning that they proposed.
Yes.
They said
This is going to be a problem for me.
They said the baby drowned, and then they found the remains with duct tape over its mouth and traces of chloroform on the body. Because, I don't know, maybe she drowned in a pool of chloroform.
I didn't know that about the duct tape.
Yeah. And you know what actually really
Throws
sucks?
a wrench in my argument.
You know what really sucks is what I will say, there is a couple interesting things. I'm genuinely not going to watch the rest of it because I feel like it's ridiculous. The premise is that she's a pathological liar. You know? Then it's like, well, maybe she's telling the truth, maybe she's not. So why even do this? Her case, basically, without having seen the whole thing, is my father raped me, my brother raped me, I've been abused my whole life.
Runs in the family.
And that is like he did it, and and she just says like all of the stuff of me having no emotion, me going out and partying, me getting a tattoo during during the trial and everything. That
She
was
got
just-
inked up during the trial.
she got a Bella Vita tattoo.
Bella Vita.
It's
Good Beautiful Life.
I think so. And she said that was my fuck you to my family. She went out. She was seen partying. She won a hot body contest at the bar, like during like after the baby was dead, because a fucking bounty hunter came to Florida and she said, if you post my bail, I will show you the proof that like I didn't do it. And he was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna like do this and find the person. And then he said, she was like, she never fucking showed me anything, I just posted her bail. So she was out partying, she got the tattoo, she won the hottest body contest.
Glad she bounced back though.
And then
Colleen's like, what the fuck, dude?
and then she so then there was Zanny. Her name was like Zandela was her full name. It was like Zandela Francisco Hernandez, who lived in this apartment building.
Oh, the nanny.
Yes, and it was she didn't have a nanny. There was no woman by that name at all, and the apartment complex the apartment that she brought up was vacant for months. So like all of these are lies.
Yeah.
And then she said it was that the baby drowned. And I just don't know how they fucking let her off. And what was interesting was they said this was the very first case to ever have social media. It was 2008, so it was like the really
08? Mm-hmm. So that's when it started. Because I blogged the verdict.
2011 was the verdict.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was also a few things. So because it was the beginning of social media, everybody heard all of the details that I just told you. So by the time they presented it at trial, it was like not a big deal.
Yeah,
everyone's like,
yeah.
we already heard that. Whereas the defense came with
What
some
else
new
you
shit.
got?
You know?
Yeah. What else you got,
Yes.
Andy?
And the defense came with some new shit that it wasn't all this rape shit, but like there was some stuff and people. So what the defense lawyer apparently did was he went on Twitter and social media and just looked at like what everybody was saying in her defense, and he just like built a case on that, which is kind of gangster.
Smart.
Yeah. Like he's probably the first guy to ever do that.
That's
And
the
so
old I use Wikipedia as my source.
and then and then they said it was right in that period of time where DNA was like a big deal, but it was kind of new, and the jury was like, why is there no DNA?
That's the CSI effect.
And that's what that's what they call it.
CSI,
And-
Law and
and-
Order, whatever it is.
And they were like, the baby was in the trunk of a car in a Florida swamp for 31 days, where there was like heavy. It was under 4 feet of water. Like there's no more.
I thought it was in a dumpster.
So did I. I think that's the Jodi Arias or something. I always thought it was a dumpster too.
Someplace
It was in the
always
trunk of the car where they found DNA in the car. It was human hair that looked like it had been decomposed. There was the duct tape over the mouth, even though it was like, it was very decomposed, but there was duct tape over the mouth, and there were traces of chloroform, which happens all the time when a baby drowns. They also had a specialist in.
So she said that she's. What was the original argument when the baby was gone? Did someone kidnap it?
So that was the other thing. So she left on like January 6th or something like that. She said, we're going to Jacksonville. We're going away.
Hell
Way
of a
over.
day.
Yeah.
What?
Hell of a day. J6?
I think I made that date up, but it was like
okay.
we left on like the 6th, going to Jacksonville. The baby was never seen again. For like 2 weeks, she just lied and said she was like with the baby, and then the car that she had left with was
What anxiety you must have for those 2 weeks.
Well, it ended up
I'm
being
gonna
31
have to
days.
tell everyone this
Dude,
baby's
it
not
ended
here
up-
anymore.
It ended up being 31 days.
31 days, but the whole time she was pretending she still had the baby?
Yep. And then the Pontiac that she was driving, shout out to Pontiac. Who has those? It got reported like a tow truck company found it in like a vacant lot or something, and her parents' name was on the info.
Mm-hmm.
So they called and they were like, we found your abandoned car. And they were like, what are you talking about? Like, that's my daughter's been driving that. And so they started to get weird about it, and then they went to it, and there was like they smelled a fucking dead body in it.
yeah.
And that's when Casey was like, oh, the baby's been missing. And I've been trying to find it for the last 31 days by myself.
Jesus
But there was also
Christ.
interesting. So I popped on a podcast before I started watching the documentary just to get the details, and they said that the mom was like like no surprise, the family dynamic was fucked up before this. Like she was like 4 months pregnant and she was denying it, and the mom would be like, "Yeah, Casey's not pregnant. What are you talking about?" And the whole world would be, like the people at work and shit would be like, "What are you guys fucking talking about? She's pregnant." And they would just be like, "No, we're not." So like, I don't know what.
Watch, I'll do this shot in the hot body contest.
I'm not pregnant, I'm drinking. So I don't know what the parents might be scumbags. Maybe there was some rape and molestation and shit, but you murdered your baby.
Yeah.
And I just think it's bullshit that she probably waited long enough that there's a new generation of people who don't know all these details, and they're just like, oh, she had trauma, and she was processing her trauma, so like let's hear her side. And it's like, how about no?
She liver kinged it.
She liver kinged it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, this whole thing was just about mental awareness. Mental health.
Yeah. Motherfucker.
That's why I killed my baby. Suicide prevention.
And my favorite, they brought up, she watches it on an iPad. She watches her mother and father, who were doing an interview, start to fight. And she's like, look at this. Like, obviously he did it. It's like, what? They're like a 40-year marriage couple, like, fighting after the granddaughter's been murdered, and it might be their daughter, and, like, they're arguing? She's like, clearly. Clearly this is it right here. What are you fucking talking about, you goddamn piece of shit? So, and my favorite
That's
little
a
tidbit.
good-looking man, though.
My favorite tidbit of all, she lives right now.
Just throwing that out there.
She got a roommate.
She got a roomie?
That's fucking wacky.
Is it dude?
Probably. I feel like it is, right?
Yeah.
Like a girl wouldn't live with Casey Anthony, I feel like.
Casey wants to move to New York. I got a room. If you're looking to spread your wings in the big city, hop in a U-Haul, your boy's got a bed.
You scumbag.
I've been
And
wondering.
everyone else who's ever lived there didn't pay rent, so why should you?
You can have the bedroom. I'll sleep on the couch. There's a lot of perks of living here.
I've been wondering this whole time. Have you guys ever, or how many times did you use Casey Anthony for Guess That Ass?
Oh, I don't think I've ever done that.
I don't think
have
so.
I?
I basically exclusively used who's the chick who's
Sophie
dating?
Turner.
No,
Remember her?
the chick who's dating fucking Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo. I don't know.
The fucking, you recognize her. She was
I mean,
a
I
big
would if you
Instagram
would.
chick. I don't know. I forget her name. It's like, I want to say it's like Jenna Fox, but
We should go through one day and do a top 5 of like girls who were
don't.
just Guess That Ass. Like obviously like when Megan Fox like bent over, it'd be like yeah. But the girls who were like you're only gonna see them on this fucking website with their butt cropped out.
Jenna Frooms.
I don't
Frooms,
think
is
I
that it?
remember her.
Oh, dude, I was using
She
Jenna
was a
Frooms.
classic.
Her and
Everybody
Katya
has
Elise
their
Henry,
go-to.
Fucking
Yeah, Katya Elise Henry.
daily.
Dude, I will never forget that one girl when I used to
Rocket
do
launcher.
I used to do
Oh, she's pregnant.
I used to do like the Guess That Ass
don't drive a Pontiac.
of the week, where it was like we had a Friday winner, and that chick won like 17 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, she was so hot. But now it's like a dime a dozen. You know, everybody's got a nice ass. It's got to be hard out here for chicks. Everybody's got a fucking world class ass.
It also
now.
was funny,
What?
like girls learned about squats 4 years ago.
But it can't just be squats.
It can't
man.
just be squats.
I mean, obviously,
Your
there's a lot-
boys do a lot of squats.
There's a lot of
No ass.
injections and shit going on, but I think something literally happened with like the evolutionary track of humans, where all of a sudden every girl had a fat ass.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
I think we said it was okay to eat.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that is it.
Yeah.
Keep it moving here. We got this dude, Steve Will Do It. He is from originally from the Nelk Boys, the Full Send podcast. He went on another podcast with his girlfriend, Selena Smith, where they started talking about
I got it right here.
Pictures of yourself. He said that you masturbate to pictures of yourself.
This is too personal.
It's true, but I'm trying, like, I guess you need someone to, like, a psychologist or someone to explain to me.
Yeah, like I wish I could explain
Well, okay, so then what do you look when you look at your tits or your face? What?
both.
Damn, I feel like that's, like, crazy self-confidence. That's dope.
So,
I totally get that.
like, first of all, when you look like that, like, you know, you're probably gonna look at yourself.
Yeah, we got someone coming. I also masturbate to her.
Oh, you look at pictures of Selena Smith? So do I. You come to Selena Smith? So do I. So like a lot of the comments were like meet narcissism and like, oh, this is weird. It's like, well, which fucking one is it? Are we gonna do body dysmorphia and everyone should be proud of themselves and think that they're beautiful? Or are we doing this is weird? Because if I look like that and I worked hard for that and I paid for that, I would be like, I'm gonna come to this shit too.
Yeah, dude,
Look at
also,
those
like,
fucking bombs.
I've never fucking like outright sought myself out.
But
I've been masturbating to pictures or videos where
You're
I
in
might
it.
be featured, and I've seen where I looked pretty good.
Hell yeah.
And I
And you
felt
get-
a little blood rush. Oh my god, my dick looked good there.
Any video where my dick looks strong, I'm looking at my
Looks
dick.
like I got a heavy cock.
I'll open up a video from the home video section, and I'll start looking at her.
You feel your dick
but
go,
then I
ooh,
see,
like, ooh, got a little harder there.
like, oh, wait a minute.
At myself.
I was like, oh, this was my performance today. Today I had it's like today that goal was me today. I was Ronaldo that day. I mean, everybody does this. Not sexually. When you post a group picture,
Dude, she
everyone's
was so
looking
hot,
at
my- it hurt
themselves.
my back. I don't even know what that means.
Her curves are like fucking
I was like,
ridiculous.
ugh.
I don't know whether it's real or fake, but it's fucking bananas. You post a picture on Instagram, you're looking at yourself. A group picture,
Oh.
you zero in on yourself.
You're like, what the hell? You posted that picture. You look ugly. I didn't even notice you were in the picture.
I had no idea. I thought it was a selfie. And so now you're gonna tell me if you post something like a sexual picture or video that you're the most like intimate of things, you're not gonna look at yourself there. And then if you're super hot in it, you're telling me you're not gonna get turned on by it? Like fuck all that. Girl works for it or pays for it and then celebrates it.
Yeah, good for her.
And honestly though, everyone else, I mean, come on. Everybody else is like,
I can see puss in that
You-
fucking dress.
Jesus
You wearing?
This is. You know what the problem is? It's like when you're looking that way, things just come out of your fucking mouth. I can see puss. I want to fuck Casey Anthony. Everything is just whoa, whoa. It's a big Jesus Christ day for you.
I like how I've said enough things that I take a check from Muhammad Atta. Doesn't
That's getting
crack
lost.
the top two anymore.
You need a
chicken a pussy dress.
You need like a top 5 from today. just your worst or / best moments from this past 40
Also called
fucking minutes.
Casey Anthony's dad hot. That one went under the radar.
Yeah, I caught that one.
I kept it moving, but you go, I'm just gonna throw that up there.
Hey, handsome guy though.
He's also not.
Oh, he's a handsome.
I mean, he's
man.
like he's like fine, but like
Yeah, no, but he's it's the gray hair. I got a gray hair fetish.
Feidelberg did that the other day with somebody we know. He just texted me and was like so and so. By the way, like so and so under the radar, like really good looking guy, and he's just not. and I just brought it up later. I was like, "What were you doing?"
Shut up, Jackie.
And-
Wait, is that her dad?
Yeah,
He's had quite a glow up too.
I mean, look at that guy.
He's a handsome fella.
He's fine, I guess. The halo is very funny though. By the way, like all of a sudden we just. That
See,
is-
no, it's like I was talking about the more recent pictures. Yeah, he had a glow up. He got some money or something like
Yeah,
that.
I guess.
Yeah, he looks the best there. That's probably right now. Oh.
Anyway, this is all to say, if my girlfriend masturbated to pictures of herself, I would be like, hell yeah,
Yeah.
that's super hot. It would be like I'd be happy that you look
Unless
that
I
way.
was fighting with her, and then I would be like, and
Fuck
also, by the
you.
way, you're
not
incredibly
hot enough.
narcissistic.
Yeah. Totally. The minute that I need to play a card against you, that's the one coming out. But if we're in bed and you want to jerk off to yourself, all good. One also coming from the social media YouTube world, Mr. Beast has a girlfriend.
Good for him.
Named like Thea or Taya or something. And the report and the headlines I've seen is that meeting him was like a movie where she had to answer questions, a list of questions before they met. Which
Herb Brooks style.
okay.
I
Is that
want
what
the
he
girl
did?
that doesn't take the test.
Yeah. but what's weird is so the headline says before they met. That I guess would be weird if it was like, here you go, Miss Smith, like you have to write down like these answers. We'll get back to you if you can meet. It was, but when you hear the story, she was like, we met, and he was asking me all these questions like, what are your hobbies and what do you like to do? It's like, oh, you mean getting to know someone?
Oh, you mean a first date?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she said after that, he sent a DM being like, not like you passed my test, but being like, you had more than the average chick who always tries to fuck me, so like let's meet up again. But so some of that's being portrayed as weird, like you need to pass his test, and it's like, well, technically everybody needs to pass someone's test.
Yeah.
That's called choosing to date someone.
You were passing tests every single
day of your life.
Every day.
Every person.
I am putting you through a test.
Yeah, especially when you go out on a date. It's like, I'm trying to find out if
you look ugly one time, you failed.
Like, you think about girls every day are running a test of like, will I let you inside of me?
Yeah.
And guys every day are running the test of, will I stop going inside of other people for you? Those are the tests.
Yeah.
And that's how dating. That's dating.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you decide to do those things, that's then called a relationship, and then that crashes and burns, and you do it again with somebody else.
Yeah, right. And even during those relationships, you're running tests every day.
All the time.
I just noticed something about you that I don't find attractive. This is about to crumble.
It does suck too when it's like when something happens where you're like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to let that go.
Right.
Like that's a
I'll think about
deal
that
breaker.
forever.
Yep. That one sucks. But yeah, I almost like the better version of the incorrect headline. I would love him to be like, just a random list of questions.
Yeah.
Like, when you play Monopoly, which piece are you? What's your order at Wendy's? Like, run some fucking
Bro, if anyone's
MID
order at
assholes
Wendy's
by
other
him.
than a spicy chicken sandwich, you're a fucking maniac.
See, you're running tests.
You're a maniac.
So that's 1 Minute Man. Let's get into who's the biggest asshole. We got questions straight from the box.
Before we play
straight from the game.
Who's the biggest asshole? I have an asshole type question.
Okay.
So we are at we were at Triple Crown yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We're watching the game, having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Great game. I ask the group, so you guys have anything to do tonight?
This group or others?
This group, yeah.
Yeah.
I said, you guys have anything to do tonight? And like work wise, and they said no because we didn't do any recording yesterday. There was nothing going on, and Jackie goes, "Do you ever feel bad about that?"
No.
like when you talk, I have to do work.
Yeah.
Does that make you feel bad? And I was like, am I the asshole?
I'll be honest. I do.
I do. I do think about how much work
All
you
the
guys
time.
do.
When I hear that these guys are here till like 3 a.m., my first question is, why? What is going on? But then I'm like, fuck. That's why we got to put the clock out because I'm like,
We're gonna
No,
blow
my
by.
that wasn't my.
I think
point,
we're gonna
though.
be all right. We're gonna
Yeah?
be we're gonna be over, but not by much.
What's that?
That wasn't my point though. I was just
I
saying.
know it wasn't.
I was just saying that, like, if I have work because you didn't talk.
Yeah,
You didn't talk.
yeah. No, it's true. Like when we go overtime and we do like a 3-hour one, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like they must be sitting there like, you've got to be kidding.
Yeah.
Like when I'm
You understand people just listening to this during work, right? They're not even really paying attention. What do you?
Doesn't even matter what you guys say.
Yeah, what do you care?
Like, I'll tell you what just happened is exactly what I feel bad about. Like when I was like, all right, next segment, and you're like, before that.
Yeah.
And they must be like, no, not before that. Not before that. Just
do
go to the fucking
sponsored
thing.
parts,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. They must hate that shit.
But it is funny to think of the idea of like a construction worker being like, you ever feel bad when you book a new house? Because I gotta fucking build it.
Work my fucking fingers till they bleed to make your home.
I know, by the way.
I love
obviously.
listening to you talk.
I mean, I feel bad like when I see the janitors mopping and I do my tiptoe over their mopping. It's like everything is much like you're always running a list. You're always running questions, a test. You're always making work for somebody.
Yeah.
You're either creating garbage or creating stress or work or whatever for somebody else below you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the gig. Okay, who's the biggest
Wait,
asshole?
before that.
I'm gonna just go random, like right from the deck. My coworker is always posting annoying Instagram photos showing off her glamorous lifestyle. I recently figured out that a lot of them are photoshopped, so I used fake accounts to point it out in the comments. You're a hero, is what you are.
They're so badly. I'm such a good secret keeper. There's so many secrets I'd like to put out there.
Yeah.
And a burner account it's a very nice
great
fantasy,
way, yeah.
But I'm not an asshole.
Well,
so
I
can't
think
do it.
you are definitively an asshole if you ever make a burner account for like vengeance purposes or to be a creep or whatever. Even if you just make a burner
This is just
account.
a promo for our book. Let me tell you the fucking shit I have to tell you.
20% off still.
So if you go to those lengths, you are a dick. But it's also like, you know, I also hate when it's coworkers. It's like, yo, we live the same life.
Yeah.
And you want people to think that you're this. Like,
Well, maybe
fuck that.
he's a man and she's a woman, so he makes more money, so he can go on vacations.
Could very well be. No, but I feel like pointing it out is, you know, that happened with Alex Bennett and the whole
that's
Mean
how
Girl
Mean
thing
Girl
happened.
started,
But
yeah.
like a lot of people were like, "Fuck this girl" for putting out false expectations for like younger girls and other women trying to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it does precipitate like a
It's
cycle,
objectively downright lame.
but
You're
it
a
is
fucking loser
to do
think-
the fake stuff.
Yeah,
But then it's also objectively lame to do burner account hating.
right.
But it's like
But it also is like it's like kind of vigilante justice.
it's like Batman. It's like the Punisher.
Dude, the Punisher is exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah, it's like you
The
are a
Punisher
bad
of the
dude,
internet is kind of a
but you're
badass.
Robin Hood. You're fucking
like this.
such an idiot. So final answer: everyone's the asshole.
Imagine you commented on like people's posts and you put like in what do you call them? Not asterisks. Yeah, asterisks. In between asterisks, you just put Punisher voice.
Yeah.
This is photoshopped.
Oh, I like this one. I got in a big fight with my girlfriend because she made us late to the movies by taking too long getting ready. She says we weren't technically late since we only missed a few of the previews. Is that late or not?
That is, it's definitely late.
Definitively late.
But also, I'm not a huge previews guy. I watch.
I love 'em.
I love trailers. I watch them on the internet all the time. So I don't.
True.
I don't have to.
It's
see them
ruined
in
the
theater.
allure, but I like to get there when they're running like the trivia.
Yeah.
When they're doing like those fake little movies and like, you know, short films and shit.
Yeah.
I get there, the lights
I
are
was gonna say
on.
I like to
Me
see
too.
a theater in the daylight.
I get there.
Woo.
I get there. The people who get there like for showtime, crazy to me.
Crazy, dude. But also, I don't know if you saw my tweet. I saw the Glass Onion the other day.
Yeah.
Fire.
You fucked me up in the head. I saw your tweet, and then I Googled it, and it says Netflix's Glass Onion. And I was like, oh, shit. Is this on Netflix already? But it's like produced by Netflix, but hitting theaters and then going to streaming.
It's out of theaters now.
Yeah, I know, but I
so
thought...
it's only and it'll come
I
to
know,
Netflix
I
on
know,
Christmas.
but when I saw all that, I was
it's
like,
so
oh,
weird to run a fucking 7-day. They did 7 days in theaters, and then that's it.
I think it's kind of cool.
But why? Like, it's a murder mystery movie.
Oh, just like, here's the spoiler.
Like,
and,
yeah, like I can,
you know
I
what,
can
though?
spoil Glass Onion for everybody.
You
right
could,
now.
but you know what? Besides Shady McCoy, like, people for the big movies, society has kind of like grown up.
But just like, why not put it in theaters, or why not just put it right on that? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I just don't get the reasoning. Why put it out a week and then wait 3 weeks
for a
if you
mystery
If you did
thing.
7 days in theaters and then boom, it's on Netflix. I get that.
I like the idea of like when you have such a banger and you know it, that you're like, this is for like the special diehard fans, and then we'll like get some hype, and those people talk about how awesome it is, and then we stream
It's
it.
really,
but
really
when there's a thing that could be spoiled, that's kind of fucked up. But I bet you, well, I don't even want to say these things. I hate to say these things because then people do it.
Because people tweet you to spoil it.
Yeah, but it's like, I bet you.
That's what, I'll just do it right now.
Aside from me, who will get spoiled because I'm saying this, 90% of people will not get spoiled by that. Because I think people, like, who's the biggest asshole? Like, I think people would physically.
People are largely good.
I think people would get in a physical fight, like break other worse rules of society, than spoil.
You think so?
Something big like this, yeah. Like, I think I would like punch a coworker in the face before I spoiled the Glass Onion for everybody.
But what I was gonna say was fucking I got there at 3:20. I was there on time. Thank you, bro.
Thanks, man.
Just because same reason. I'm just there.
Yeah.
You know, it was.
You know what we need is a.
But the
like,
movie started at the time. The movie started. So I went to a 3:25 showing.
That's weird.
And the movie, and like I was getting into the seat, and I was like, I wasn't even really paying attention because I was like, we got fucking half hour.
Yeah.
And then I realized, I was like, wait, it's particularly dark in here. And I like turned and looked at the screen, and like the opening credits were happening.
Yeah,
or whatever.
no.
And I was like,
What
wait,
you
that's
need-
Janelle Monáe or whoever the fuck.
You
I
know when
saw.
it says 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with a slash? You need like, 3 o'clock start, 3:25 first pitch.
But even
first
like
credits,
everyone
you know?
just knows now you have 20 minutes, so you can't just randomly start a movie at the time
I know
the
you're
movie
right.
starts.
It's very
been
very
fucking
well
20
established,
years
but
of
we should.
20
it
minutes.
should have. I got ink linking on me somehow. But for you either got to stick to the fucking unspoken rules here, or we got to list
Right,
it all
you can't
out.
just randomly just start the movie at the time the movie says it's going to start. That's not how it's worked forever.
Right. I have no qualms about asking my friends to promote my personal business on their social media. I would do the same for them if they asked. Nah. Just because you would do something doesn't mean you can run around asking people to do it.
Yeah.
I would help you move. Well, I don't fucking care.
If you
I wouldn't ask you to I wouldn't put you in that position by asking you. So fuck off.
if you're just starting the business, I can see, hey guys, can I have a hand?
Sure.
Right? If you're an established business and you're 2 years in, no. But like also, dude, like that's fucking what works. We realize it here. We're like fucking people who send out emails asking for retweets get retweets.
Mm-hmm.
No
so
one else
you gotta
does,
ask, yeah.
Right? Like
it definitely feels a little like
it's assholery. It's asshole. Not
but
not
it's
asshole.
not. We think it is, but it's really not. It's like I think it's pretty fair to just be like, hey, people who love me and support me,
can you promote this?
Yeah.
And
It's one of those things where it's like you know, they say to like speak up when you're like having mental health issues or whatever, like tell your friends or whatever.
Yeah.
It's almost like that version of like, if you need help with your business, like why don't you ask the people who would help you? But also it's like, you know, it depends on what it is and what you're asking for. Do you want me to like fucking cut a commercial for you, or you want me to repost a link or something like that?
Yeah.
Like, is it?
I mean, we get those all the
that,
time where like people tweet like, "Hey, can I have this GoFundMe?" And
and then you have to decide, because it does. The problem with it is it does open up Pandora's box, and it opens up the floodgates where it's like,
but my
if
thing
I
with
retweet
it too,
yours, I gotta do his and hers.
That's not even my thought process. But yes, it is what the floodgates that will come. But it's the floodgates that will come because this is going to do nothing for you.
Yes.
Because this is like, you think that a retweet from someone with 300,000 followers it doesn't. You're gonna get $5.
Right.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
People don't
It
care.
really doesn't.
It's very unfortunate.
You know what?
And sad, but
I'm
like,
stunned.
I'll give you money, but I'm not gonna retweet you.
I am stunned that like probably hundreds, if not thousands, of people raise thousands of dollars for marathons every time they run it. You know, when they're like, I need like $5,000 to run the New York Marathon, and they like hit their goal. What? Those actually work?
They do.
People pay for those? For why? For what?
Well, it's not for like
for the charity, right? But it's
yeah.
like, I don't know. We're doing this. You got this charity so you can run. I don't know. The whole thing is crazy to me.
It is.
We do it every time, and everybody gets it.
But I mean, I guess like it's like, I mean, it makes sense. You're raising money for charity. Like you can say it about any charity.
Okay,
like, I gotta pay tickets to go to this fundraiser. Why?
We'll wrap up on a classic here. We ordered wine at a restaurant, and the waiter gave it to me to taste. I sent it back because I genuinely didn't like it, but my friends were extremely embarrassed. Tale as old as time. Can you send back wine?
Depends how expensive it is. If it's expensive, no, you can't, because you opened a $400 bottle of wine. If it's fucking cheap shit, I guess, like, who fucking cares? It's $15 bottles, whatever.
I also think that I don't think you can. I think that.
I mean, I never in a million years would I. I do think you are an asshole.
But I also think that it's not. I don't think that taste is about your preference. I think that taste is like, is this bottle corked?
Right.
Is this bad? Has this gone bad? Is there a problem? Not like, oh, I didn't think this is what it was gonna be. You know?
Yeah.
And I do actually believe the really high-end places are happy to do it, where they're like, no, we want you to have a great experience, and like the point of tasting is that. But at like a regular restaurant, I think it's supposed to be like, has this wine turned?
Dude,
because
unless you're a
something went wrong in the
sommelier,
bottle?
you can't say
Yeah,
that.
like because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah.
No, this is exactly what the wine you ordered is supposed to taste like.
As a matter of fact, the mere fact that you didn't like it means you don't know what you're talking about, because you wouldn't have ordered it.
Right.
You know,
Right.
The whole idea is I ordered this, this Cabernet, and I take a sip, and I'm like, whoa, this does not taste like what it's supposed to taste like. That's a problem, Not like, oh, I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
You're a fucking nobody. You're an asshole. Okay, voicemails. We've got 3 minutes to do voicemails, so we're gonna do like a 1 hour and like 10-minute episode.
Okay.
And that shit was tight. Tight
think
as fuck.
It was very tight. I forget what I said to do to it. Don't
send us
I
any
don't care.
text.
Nah, whatever.
Don't do that.
I thought it was said something worse. Whatever.
Did you know that most bald people are shaving their head wrong? I did not know this. I figured that bald people. I just didn't know what bald people were doing, because it seems like something where you would nick yourself a lot.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get it like flush against your head, but it's got the rounded point, and that's where Freebird comes in. Anybody trying to use the same old multi-blade razor that they use on their face for their head, that's just not going to get the job done because it's not designed for curved domes, and that's the way your head is shaped. So you can avoid painful nicks, cuts, and irritation by getting a shaver that's actually designed for your head. Get the Flex Series electric rotary shaver from Freebird with 5 rotary blades that individually flex to fit your head's curvature. You'll get the closest shave of your life in just minutes. Plus, when compared to traditional manual razors, the Flex Series shaves 50% more hair in a single stroke. So, for the upcoming holidays or birthdays, or just because if you're bald and you need to shave your head, get the best shaver of your life. Freebird, previously Freedom Grooming, is giving our listeners an exclusive discount right now. It's myfreebird.com/KFC for 20% off. That's myfreebird.com/KFC for 20% off today.
So I just got done recording and figured I'd give you guys a call voicemail because I recently realized I have a problem. So I got a question for you. And the problem, it's not that I drink too much. That's not it. It's that I can't stop buying merch. I've been listening to KFC Radio now for almost 2 years. And I'm probably averaging almost 2 pieces of merch a month. So that leads to the question, what is you guys' favorite piece of merch that you have got C&D'd that you wish you could bring back or you wish had a longer run?
Great.
So just curious in you guys' thoughts. Viva.
I was going to say, I noticed, and this guy's wearing the Moon Man hoodie, the Sad Boy hat. He's got the Whistle Pig bottle and the Sad Boy Season glasses. And I was about to say this dude's diehard, and obviously that was the point. Our favorite piece of merch that has been C&D'd.
That's a really great question. I like the template we have for the hymn stuff.
Yeah.
And
that got C&D'd?
No. Well, but it was I was gonna do it for Jason Tatum. I told Celtics fans I would do it for Jason Tatum, and merch was like, he C&D's everything so fast it's not even worth it.
Interesting.
Was disappointing.
What a dumb dickhead.
I guess I'm sure it doesn't even get to him. I bet it's like when you're a Nike athlete.
I know, but it's like
he's Nike's next guy, right? I mean, he's like the MVP right now at 24.
I guess it's not up to you when you're on that level, but like I would be. This happens a lot when like we hear you can't ask this person this question, and I'm like, fuck that guy, fuck that girl. Who does she think she is? And then we find out, and they come in and they're like, I'll talk about it, and it's like, oh, it was your asshole publicist or something who said all that. So
that's also their job. Is to prevent you from embarrassment.
Sure, but I if I was ever on that level, I think I'd be like, if I found out that was happening, I'd be like, you can let somebody like make a T-shirt of me, and that's like a good thing.
Yeah,
you know, like
that's how you get cult status.
Right, and fans
better
like
than
you
a fucking Nike jersey. Tatum.
Sure,
more
exactly.
interesting. I don't even, dude. Because the crazy thing is that the reason I thought of that is it's so funny that like for 20 years Tom Brady didn't care. So who the fuck are you? You care Tom Brady?
That's kind of what I'm saying.
And it's also too like the thing about that is I think people think that we're making a lot more money than we are.
Yeah,
right. It's like,
right.
We get a cut. Like, I'll give him a cut. It's like $3,000.
Yeah,
maybe.
you want a couple $100? Here you go. I think. I mean, Famous Friends Fridays were all awesome.
Yeah.
And we could only sell. I don't know if we ever got C&D'd because we pulled them down so fast.
They were only for 24 hours.
We couldn't, so those technically got C&D'd even though they didn't get C&D'd. There was a Mets one that had Steve Cohen. No, it had Gary Cohen, Keith Hernandez, Ron Darling, and Howie Rose as the 4 guys from the Death Row Records, the Vibe cover, where like Tupac and they're all in black and it's just their heads. And Gary Cohen's wife and like company C&D'd it, and like it was gonna be like the fucking funniest, best, and the fucking Mets play-by-play guy C&D's it. Like,
that's crazy.
What? Are you kidding me, dude? So that would have been fun for Mets fans. I'm trying to think if I ever had like a bomb, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna retire on this one, and then found out they got the axe.
It was weird.
I know. I have a definitive answer. There's only like 10 of these like worldwide. The old school season 1 hoodie with 11's face on it.
Oh yeah.
That got taken down quick. If you are one of those owners, that's a relic. and that would have done
With the bloody
numbed
nose,
me.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Because every season I would have just redone it, you know. So that one hurts, but it's a very cool hoodie.
Fuck. I don't really know. I guess I just don't really have a memory. I'm sure I have great ones that have been C&D'd, but
This is actually a better
I can't really think about
question
it.
for.
What's up, gang?
Yo, what up?
Oh, what's up,
How we
girl?
doing? Come on in. Come on
How you
in.
doing? What's going on?
I saw you recording. I'm literally the first person I asked.
Let's
I said,
go.
are you guys here?
Really? What's up?
And they said no.
They
you guys
said
were in-
no?
They said you guys were in Boston.
We hide you.
Or you were just in Boston?
No, never.
Oh,
Never.
wait, last
We weren't
time.
invited.
Oh, hi. Can I tell you, if you ever move that, I'll
No, that's not going anywhere. That is not going anywhere.
That might have been the last time I was here.
It's right over my head, and it's also right in the line of view from where our guests sit. So
No,
they're
every,
always.
like 1 minute man.
Yeah,
Thing,
yeah.
I think it's like the most frequent DM I get is.
I love
Did
it.
you know? I was
Did
like,
you?
"No."
Thanks for stopping in.
You guys.
Miss you too. Come by
Come
whenever.
through.
Together, I need to take your picture.
Mm-hmm.
No, your picture.
Take
Without
picture
you
of
in it?
us without you in it?
No,
You guys in your
no, that's ridiculous.
You.
Colleen will take a picture of all of us. No, you are getting in the picture. I'm not taking a picture of just me and John. All right, we will take one, but then you have to take one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Just one. And like the pictures in it. Like this
Okay.
is cute.
Such a stage mom.
Yeah, you're like, you're doing amazing, sweetie.
Oh, I love it. Alright, now come in.
Give me your phone.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. I have my presents. I'm
Oh,
so-
that's a really cool jacket. I didn't see the back of it.
literally so glad you guys are here. I have to say my most favorite people in the office are you guys and Fran and Rhea, and that's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
And I love Devlin. And Okay. I'm holding you like I hold Rob. Hand on the chest.
Well, we are engaged, so.
Wait, one other question. Is Tommy here?
Tommy
Fuck off.
Yeah. The girls are talking.
Boy, Nick. I was driving home from work today, and I live in Manitoba, Canada, and it's full-on winter here. And I saw a homeless guy begging for change in the snow, which made me think, how long could I be homeless for before killing myself? Because once you're homeless, it's kind of hard to go back. So, I'd say with me, about 4 months of summer, and then I'm checking out. But let me know what you think.
I do think I remember when Occupy Wall Street was going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, winter is coming, bitches. You guys are all fucking mighty now, but when it gets cold out here, you guys are going the fuck home. I feel like if you were homeless in the summer, you're like, all right, I got the lay of the land, I could do this. And then winter comes, it's a whole other ballgame.
Yeah,
man.
but that's why, like, I mean, first of all, we established just last episode, I'm a fantastic homeless person. I do enjoy the cold. I can't wait for winter to get here. It's still not fucking here.
Yeah, but you have a house.
I do have a house.
Staying outside is a different
point.
story.
Big point, yeah.
You have money to eat and a house.
Do you have heating?
Do I have heating?
Yeah.
I have. My heating will fucking knock your tits off, dude.
Yeah, New York City apartments all have too
Dude,
much.
my heating.
Did you see?
I leave my windows open all winter.
Did you see Kelly Keegan at the hotel?
No.
She put it on 75 degrees.
What?
I was like, this is illegal.
What?
She said, all you fat. Funny, she goes, all you fat boys, look at this. Like, I told her, I said, listen, we could be soulmates. And that would be a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Like if Kelly Keegs was my dream girl, and then I found that out, I'd be like, we're breaking up. We're done.
Oh, you fat boys wouldn't last a minute with me.
Such a great fucking
that was when I was telling
Scroll down. Doug's replied.
He's like, wouldn't want to or something like that, right?
Yeah, we wouldn't want to.
I was telling Pat the crew coming to Killington.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's Caroline and Keegs and Clemmer and Vibs. And he goes, not an ounce of body fat there. Your boy's carrying all the weight. I'm pulling the sled for the crew.
Literally. That's fucking hilarious. We got to do it. Let's get checked. 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 Let's Get Checked offers a range of sexual health testing options. Try at-home STD testing for fast and discreet results with follow-up virtual consultation and maybe some confrontation, depending on what you got to tell, with treatments available for you. Standard 5 is the most popular choice, covering the same STDs that regular doctors and hospitals do. You can order a testing kit that will be delivered to you in discreet packaging with a return label included. Once your sample arrives in the laboratory, confidential results will be available from your secure online account within 2 to 5 days. This is awesome, by the way. Like, I think a lot of the reason people don't often get tested is they don't want to go to a doctor and they don't.
I've only been like tested once. Like I've been like gone to get a test, and it was not fun.
Right.
It was like I've had like doctors just run blood work at regular
judge you,
appointments,
and
but
they're
like
gonna look at you, and they're gonna like.
Dude, I was also young enough where I was like on my parents' insurance. And I was like, I'm just gonna pay for this in cash. Like, don't do any insurance on this.
Now just get this whole kit sent to your house, and you can do it on your own. Visit letsgetchecked.com/KFC and then use code KFC25 for 25% off Let's Get Checks at home health tests.
Sandwich.
Love this
It
girl.
is
She's
just
called him before, right?
crumbling in my hands. It's a monstrosity. Cranberry sauce stuffing everywhere, all over the plate. Not even edible at this point. Got me thinking, what is the absolute worst food you could order on a date? And what's the best food? Let me know.
Great question. I've been taught since a young age. My father used to teach me. No lobster, no spaghetti.
Yeah. I think I got that from your dad.
Yeah.
I don't think I never did it. Like I would never do that myself. But I love like when I heard that from you, I was like, that is a good like fucking rule.
It's either it's either disgusting to eat or it's gonna get on your clothes.
Lobster, it's nuts. It's nuts that they serve it. That the people want to have to fight through the fucking shell.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
But there is something weird when it comes out.
I don't think so.
But no, just definitively when it comes out when it comes out
you
naked.
Think it tastes better?
No. I'm saying when it comes out naked. When it comes out like you're like, it's not real. Like there's something in your brain that goes off a little differently when it's
as long as it's actually fresh. I will say, you know what, sir, you do that for me. I do like when you get a good chunk and you're like, and it all comes out. Like the claw or whatever. Like when you do it right, it is kind of satisfying. But no, you can just. It's like cooking your own food too. It's like just fucking cook it for me. I don't need to do the fondue. I don't need to do the open fire. Just fucking make it for me. I guess anything that smells really bad, like if you have like Indian food gives you bad breath or your farts are bad. That's a bad idea.
That's some bad toots. I think I can speak from experience. Buffalo wings.
You should say some toots.
I've had some bad toots.
That's toots. Are you fucking 3? I saw a very funny clip of a podcast. I don't know who it was. It was 3 black guys, and they were talking about how white guys say the word fuck, like the way we say it. And then they were just getting on the differences, and they started making fun of us for saying poop. He was like, I had a guy the other day say I had to poop, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I've been taking shits since I was 3. Dropping M-bombs everywhere, being like, we take shits, we don't poop. White boys poop. I was dying laughing. It was so funny. This guy's over here saying toots.
I guess we can experience college Buffalo wings. It's like a girl like 25-cent wing night or whatever.
Bad idea.
Never heard from her again. Because like anything where you're like
licking your fingers and all that. Yeah, disgusting.
It's
Stop
like
doing that. I hate
the
that.
sounds gross.
The ribs, the
fucking,
wings,
dude.
all a bad idea. Soup is a slurpy one. I think also taco, like if you're like scooping and like trying to,
Yeah.
Anything where it's like
get a fucking sandwich.
Yeah,
Get
a fucking get a chicken,
a steak or a
chicken that you
sandwich.
cut up with a knife, like done. Figure it out.
And also, like saying it all out loud, it sounds so like crazy and nitpicky. But like, if I'm on a first date with someone, she's eating something gross, I'm done.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't give a shit, man.
Oh yeah.
To me, that's a one-way street. You could order a fucking pile of dog food. It's all good.
Dude,
Whatever,
particularly
man.
the licking thing I was just doing.
Oh, the licking's kind of
If you're fucking like sucking on your fingers, I'm gonna find you.
I don't know, actually.
Sucking on my fingers.
Depends on how. Depends on what kind of fingers we're talking about, bro. All right, interview time. We've got Chris Hansen on here. He'll tell you the real fucking deal about Casey Anthony. Any dumb lemmings out there who actually believe she's innocent, you can suck my dick, and Chris Hansen can tell you to fuck off. It's like 2-hour podcast, isn't it? We were gonna be good, and then the Glenny derailed us. That was gonna be about an hour and 13, and Glenny was probably another like 27 minutes.
Yeah, we're at an hour 30 right now.
It's not bad. This show is sponsored by Betterhelp. Unfortunately, life doesn't come with a user manual, so when it's not working for you, you feel stuck. That is normal, because navigating any of life's changes can make you feel unsure, whether you're talking about a career change or a new relationship or you're becoming a parent. Therapists are trained to help you figure out the cause of challenging emotions and learn productive coping skills, which makes therapy the closest thing that you can get to a guided tour through the complex engine called your brain. I think ordinarily I hate tour guides,
Yeah,
I'm like, shut up.
I think I disagree.
Well, I think it depends on where you're getting a tour from.
When you I used to just kind of bop around museums by myself. Now I get little tours.
And so that's a good. So I was gonna say
pictures,
when
things
you're
like that.
when you have like one of these fucking New York City bus scam artists. Where
Oh,
like,
not
look at
that.
this, look at
No,
that. I'm like, shut
no.
up. But you go to a museum and they're like telling you the interesting stuff, and you're like, oh, now I actually understand it. If you get a tour guide for your brain, where it's like, oh, that's why my brain is acting this way, and that's why I feel like this, and that's why I said that. We all know, we've all done it here. Everybody at KFC Radio has done some therapy where we've learned something about our brains that's like, oh, the light bulb goes on or off. You say light bulb goes on or off?
Light bulb goes on.
Yeah,
But I might say it goes
say
off.
but we should be saying on.
But like almost like something going off. Like,
Right,
like,
but the
like-
fireworks go off.
Right.
But it's actually a light bulb going on.
Yeah, light bulb went off. Yeah. So I
Right?
say off, but I mean it's illuminating.
Exactly. So anyway, it's the world's largest therapy service. They have 3 million people with professionally licensed. They've matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists, all available 100% online, whether it's text, phone, or video. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with the therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can switch to a new therapist. It's as simple as can be. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Go to betterhelp.com/KFC for 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp, HELP.com/KFC.
Actually, to give them a shout out, yesterday I switched therapists on there, and it literally was like clicking 2 buttons. It was just my
Next up.
schedule's changed, and I was like, okay, nothing's available. Let me switch. Took 30 seconds.
And there's no
there's
no awkwardness. There's no
they give you
no
a
hard
range.
feelings.
They gave
Done.
like 15 different people to choose from. Their schedules, everything broken down. It would really. I thought it was going to be a lot more hoops to jump through than that.
Beautiful. So Casey Anthony's coming out with, there's a documentary coming out with Casey Anthony in it, which I'm sure is going to make major waves. When something like that goes like national, like Casey Anthony or Brian Laundrie and the girl he killed and all that, like, do you?
Gabby Petito,
yeah. Do you like dive into those things, or you kind of like?
I do sometimes. The other 2 examples I mentioned on the breaking news, the Cabo thing and the Idaho thing, we're involved in those right now. The Petito thing, I mean, it's a shocking case, and my heart goes out to her parents. And
how did Casey
people.
Anthony really get off? Like, that was one that I think I was
It's an
too young, and I
interesting
don't know
case,
if the internet was
yeah.
really where it's at, where everyone knew the details. But it's like, it seems like it was so open and shut that there must be more that the general public doesn't know.
I remember reading that she said they asked the nanny did it. I think at the time
Right.
she was blaming the nanny, and they asked what the nanny's name was, and she said Zanny, and I was like guilty.
Yeah.
How do you not?
Yeah,
how do you-
Zanny meaning
the nanny
Xanax.
ditch.
Meaning that's what she gave the kid Xanax. I interviewed her parents 4 or 5 years ago when I was doing Crime Watch Daily, a syndicated crime show, and I did not, after that interview, have any suspicion that they had any role in this.
Really? Because she's currently blaming her father.
Meaning that you think they did have something to do with it.
I don't think they had anything
Oh,
to do
okay,
with
okay,
it.
okay.
I think that that they were, as concerned as everybody else, and I think she was, she had a hand in it, in terms of what happened in court and the jury, and you never really know, and I never interviewed any of the jurors involved in it, but I don't think, my impression from interviewing the parents, and it was a long, emotional 2 or 3 hour interview just within the last 3 or 4 years, was that they didn't have anything to do with it. I think they really, and you see a lot of this after the story, trying to sell a different angle of it. And already in the Casey Anthony thing, and I didn't cover it personally, but my sense from reading the news accounts was that the judge has called bullshit on it already, saying that this is not.
Well, it's wild. I believe that they said she doesn't have any editorial control over it. Right. And I'm like, how do you think this is going to go for you, Casey?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think this is going to go the way you want unless there is some sort of smoking gun compelling reason that sounds like there's not. But, you know, what's even the play there? What
Well,
are you
I don't know.
doing,
I don't
Casey?
know
Like,
whether she got paid for it.
Yeah, I guess
I
that's
don't
the
have
case.
any insight into it. But my
Right.
sense is that she probably doesn't do anything unless it benefits her.
Yeah.
And my gut is that, that could potentially involve compensation.
Make sure you subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be faster. That's it.